How's it going, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to do our first build guide video, and I'm going to go over my favorite build for dual wield. So as always, most of my content is unscripted, so if it gets a little long-winded, or this one probably will be, I'm going to always post the chapters down below for easy navigation. And then other than that, we have a fight with Maluca at the end of the video just to demonstrate, because he is probably my favorite boss in the game, minimum top 3. But alright, let's get into it. Oh, and a small side note on the Maluca fight, I did use a different weapon to fight him, just because my Furious Bandit weapon is a little too strong for him. I believe I dismantled it, but it was a Wind Piercer weapon. Yeah, from the Warrior set. But normally, I would use just any old build, just going through the game, fighting bosses, having some fun. This is what I'm using. So we'll start off. It is a Crush Dream set primarily. So it's a 6-piece Crush Dream set with a jar. And then it is the Necklace of Promise for the Faded Memory set. And then the Furious Bandit dual wield. So I'll start from the top. I always use the Furious Bandit dual wield just because I love the third activation of Gust. So it gives you Gust Perfection and Gust Crack, which I do go over in my Gust skill highlight video. So I really like the third activation of Gust. In this weapon, you don't really need to worry about the random attributes or the rolls on the weapon. They really don't make that much of a difference. As long as you have good flat attack damage and your scaling is good, you're going to be fine. So it's really the weapon. I use the jar to give me the extra set bonus from all the other weapons. And the weapon itself from the Furious Bandit set gives me a Brink Dodge benefit. So for Brink Dodge, I get stamina damage increase for 10 seconds, which is pretty generous. And again, primarily, some of you may be watching my videos before, I do love using Howling Blade. And again, when you do parry damage using Howling Blade, or when you negate damage using Howling Blade, it does act as a Brink Dodge. So I really like stacking those Brink Dodge benefits. So moving on down, went over the jar just removes, or it minuses or decreases set item requirements. So that's nice. So that way I can use 5 pieces of the Crush Dream set to give me the 6-piece bonus. Now the Crush Dream set, the confront damage is nice for bosses, right? Lightning attack damage gets a flat 20 there. And then we stack on 3 Brink Dodge benefits. So every time I Brink Dodge, or I use a skill that acts as a Brink Dodge, Gust, Howling Blade, I get lightning attributes for 15 seconds. I get Fury accumulation 0.3 for every single Brink Dodge. And then a damage increase of 10% for 15 seconds, which is very, very generous. And that stacks 3 times. So 30% for 15 seconds, it's very, very strong. And I love about this set that it is a spear set, but the spear specific bonuses aren't until the last tier, the 7-piece, right? So that's why I really like it, because it allows for some more build diversity. Other than that, on the pieces themselves, yes, there is some Furious Drive damage increase, which again is a spear primarily set, or primarily a spear set, so that's fine. But I'm okay with that because it still gives some confront stamina damage right in the chest piece. Then it gives general, so all-around bonuses here on the gloves, enemy electrocution damage, and confront damage. Pants are the same as the chest piece. And then the gaiters, or the boots, are going to be the same as the gloves. So those general bonuses are going to apply no matter what. And I also really like that the Crush Dream set has a jewelry piece. So we're not getting the Rod Smite benefit, but we are getting the lightning attack damage. But the reason why I really like when sets have jewelry pieces is because, again, it promotes build diversity, right? And you can actually mix and match more than you normally would. So the last thing we'll talk about is the necklace. So it's a brink dodge. Again, another brink dodge benefit from more fury accumulation. So 0.3 from the necklace, and then 0.3 from the Crushed Dream set, and then we get additional fury accumulation from brink dodge from our actual skill tree. So currently I get a little over one, I would probably guess 1.2 or 1.3 fury every time I brink dodge. So every time I brink dodge, or I use Howling Blade and negate damage that way, or if I negate damage using Gust, I get a whole spirit point and some change. Which, I'll be honest, sometimes it's a little much, right? Like sometimes you have more fury to do, like you have more than you really know what to do with. So I also like running the Unending Tragedy set necklace, usually more. So this gives me a nice compose, so if my stamina is over half, a damage increase of 15%, which is really, really strong. So I'll also go over if you don't have the jar. So if you don't have a jar, right, you can still get the 6-piece. So if I were to not have the jar, this is what I would run. I would use the Crushed Dreams mask, so I could still get my 6-piece, and the mask does have some nice benefits to it. So you get more fury accumulation, right? So if they're electrocuted and you attack, you get fury accumulation and lightning attack damage. And then I would run the Unending Tragedy weapon. So that way, I can still get the 2-piece for that nice 15% damage, and I can still get my 6-piece bonus for my Crushed Dreams. Other than that, guys, that's really all I have for the build itself. It's pretty simple. Again, it's mostly just Crushed Dreams and stacking those brink dodge benefits. And then you do have some small accessories, right, for some 2-piece bonuses from the jar. So really what it's mainly about is just stacking brink dodge benefits. Oh, and here, I almost forgot. The additional benefit is when you're using Conrad the Swift for your Phantom. Again, using those brink dodge benefits, when you brink dodge, excuse me, when you brink dodge with Conrad the Swift, right, you get damage. You get 1 damage buff, and then you get a stacking damage buff that will stack as well. So again, if you're using Howling Blade, this is really, really good. I know Whirlwind kind of wants you to brink guard more than dodge, but if you're fully committed to Howling Blade, or if you just want to brink dodge and use deafness more to get those brink dodge benefits, and then use Whirlwind, by all means. This is just more geared towards my playstyle, right? Using Howling Blade. Big fan. So this set, paired with Conrad the Swift as your Phantom, it's a lot of damage. And again, I forgot if I said this earlier, for Maluca, I did not use the Furious Bandit dual wield. I only replaced this with the Warrior dual wield, so the Wind Piercer set. Because again, I didn't want to kill Maluca too fast because this weapon is pretty strong. But other than that, thanks again, guys, and if you have any questions, let me know. Please enjoy the Maluca fight.